Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Cywood. We have a lot of Windows news, mainly due to the fact that Microsoft Build was finished yesterday. And for those that don't know, Microsoft Build is a yearly event where Microsoft reveals the future of Windows and any Microsoft related products. And there has been a lot of developments in Windows and the development spaces for Windows. So what I'm going to do is spend the first part of this just showing you what's going to come into Windows 11. And then the later part, what developer features are coming. And there's a lot from the Windows Experience blog announcing new Windows 11 innovation. The first thing they list is bringing new privacy, security, and accessibility features to your fingertips. They say they're bringing a new privacy app. I don't know if they mean app or within the settings like we already have now. We already have like a few privacy-centered features to block certain things. They're bringing presence sensing. We've seen that already. So they can detect a device, maybe like your phone or something. And then when you walk near your laptop, it'll unlock automatically. And when you walk away, it'll lock again. You have greater transparency and control of use of personal information. And it will allow block access to presence sensor information. So that new feature, there will be a feature setting to hide that information from other apps. And also a VPN update in Windows. You'll now receive this little lock icon over your Wi-Fi symbol to ensure that you know you're being protected by a VPN. You'll be able to enable this in the quick settings. They're mentioning a lot of tomorrows in this blog. I don't think it will come to Windows, the public version of Windows just yet. Probably like the beta or developers version of Windows. I'm not sure, they keep saying tomorrow here. I don't think this will come tomorrow. Unless it's a happy surprise, Momentum 3 update, possibly. Next thing is built-in security from chip to cloud with Microsoft Pluton. The Microsoft Pluton is a security processor equipped with technology that provides more resilience to malwares, stronger protection against hardware attacks, and additional credential protection. Of course, we got the badging to see more notifications within your settings app, start menu and other apps. Expanded language support, we've seen that already. If you're using, there's another thing that stood out in this article is the Bluetooth low energy. It's just a piece of technology, more a software driver sort of thing that allows you to connect to certain devices and have more efficient Bluetooth use basically. I'm surprised that Windows doesn't have this already. I assumed it did because I do sometimes use wireless headphones with Windows PC, but this feature will just enhance its capabilities. Of course, they're improving widgets. I would still like to see a percentage of how many people use widgets. For me, I never use it. I have it disabled on my main PC. It's just I don't see it as a useful thing. Of course, coming in the preview versions, there'll be protection for devices and credentials. There's a new sign-in session token protection policy, just preventing users from stealing your data and impersonating you. And you'll also be able to boot from Windows 365. That is the cloud version of Windows if you have that subscription. So basically Game Pass, but just Windows in the cloud. And they're bringing strengthened security with new isolation capabilities for Win32 apps. I've seen in the latest Windows update, it caused problems with Win32 apps. I think they've already started implementing that, but we have to see how that goes. For IT administrators, they're securing printed confidential information with a QR code. There'll be an app on Android where you can just scan a QR. This is useful for if your business, you want to print something that an employee needs to print, but instead of transferring the file over to them or something, you can just give them this QR code and they can print it themselves with it. And if your organization has PCs connected to it, they're able to send you a notification, such as this example about installing an update. And if you use Windows Autopatch, you'll now be able to upgrade to Windows 11. And of course, the blog mentions to not forget about the LARPs feature recently introduced in Windows. but they have also spent a large amount of time on bringing AI to Windows. Now, there's been a lot of reports about Windows 12. I thought they would add these within the next Windows version, but it seems it's coming to Windows 11 as well. Now, there's been a lot of talk about Windows 12, and I thought these features would come in Windows 12, but it seems they're bringing it to Windows 11. They're bringing a lot of AI features, and they introduce Windows Copilot. So essentially, it's this new feature where you have a dedicated AI assistant within the right-hand side of your screen. They show off some examples here in this video, like turning on focus mode and putting on dark mode. They also have the new Dev Home app. I'll talk about that later. And of course, using your own personal documents. You can drag and drop a PDF and ask it to explain it, probably translate it as well. That will be a big help with me. A really cool feature that is coming. One thing about Windows right now, you have the Bing search, you have Cortana, and now you have Copilot. It's like three different sort of, one is search, one is AI, and one is personal assistant. I'm sure they could have merged that all into one. From this point on, we're going to be talking about a lot of developer stuff. They also talked about Onyx Runtime. I think that's how you say it. It's basically an AI library that you can use within your apps. You can develop hybrid AI scenarios between your Azure and clients. And the Onyx library is sort of like a gateway between them. Microsoft also talks about how different partners are bringing AI to life. And it seems like the devices from Microsoft are going to be powered by Snapdragon in the future, as they list the Snapdragon 8 CX Generation 3 compute platform. That's a mouthful. It is going to be powering the Surface Pro 9 and the Windows Development Kit for this year. I also seen an article that they want to develop more of their own silicon, but we'll see about that. Not only that, but they've released the Dev Home app. Quite a nice app. I've started using it, so you can connect to a GitHub account. You can receive updates, have widgets. You see, you can also have it in your Microsoft Explorer. You're able to see all your files there as well. And of course, the dashboard itself is open source, so you can add all your own widgets and whatnot. And of course, GitHub Copilot is also integrated within it as well. The GitHub Copilot is also coming to Windows Terminal as well. So I have it installed already. It's the pre-released version. A lot of the features that they introduced is only available in the developer preview of Windows 11. So you can see you can add pin widgets here, add a widget, and you can just show hardware details and all the stuff from GitHub. You connect your GitHub account here, and you can also create a new thing, a development drive. So you can partition a storage device to have a development focused features. It is a REFS file system only. See, I cannot create it right now. So essentially you can create this, and they noted it'll be better performance. They noted it will supercharge your performance and security, especially with heavy IO operations, if that is something you deal with a lot. Other noticeable improvements is Visual Studio 17.6 now ships with MAUI support on ARM. There's also been a performance improvement in 17.6. Version 17.71 comes with C++ support on Linux. You'll get new compiler options on ARM. Node version 20 will have native ARM support. Wix installer 4.0 will have native ARM support. And if you missed it, Qt, CMake, Bazel, OpenSSL, OpenBLAS, and Python have all been updated. Not only that, but the Unity player will have native ARM support as well, and more additional solutions are coming to ARM as well. So there has been a lot of ARM support lately. And of course, the Microsoft Store will be updated to have an AI section. There will be an AI hub where it'll curate the best AI software. The store will also generate AI tags. So it'll tag software uploaded to the Microsoft Store for better discoverability. AI generated review summaries, Microsoft Store ads, and backup and restore apps within the Microsoft Store itself. So that's basically all the latest improvements within Windows 11 that is coming soon. Of course, I already mentioned Visual Studio has been updated to improve performance by quite a substantial amount. You can see the loading times have been shortened, the closing times have been shortened. Gib file history is just improved overall. If you use the light bulb feature, that's also been improved in such a big way. Compared to this takes about like 14 seconds compared to this, which is almost instantly. And performance stop collection has been drastically reduced. Performance profile stop collection has been significantly improved. Using Visual Studio, it has been greatly improved. I mean, if you look at the dev drive performance improvement chart, you can see that there has been significant improvements. .NET shows an improvement of 22%, Java 24%, Python 31%, and Git 41%. This is all available on the devblog.microsoft.com. If you're using AI and you're using an NVIDIA GPU, it has also been improved with the latest drivers. The graph here shows images per minute. The 531.61 driver version has just under 10 images per minute, while the new 532.03 driver has just over 20 images per minute. A significant improvement. They're also introducing Max-Q for low power and using AI applications. This will be a great help for laptops on RTX. It optimizes tensor core performance while keeping power consumption of the GPU as low as possible. Of course, AMD also has a blog post about AI within Windows. There's not much news other than the 7400 series and their preview version of the Ryzen, providing early access to Ryzen AI software to Windows for developers. And Windows Studio Effects will now support all the features that NVIDIA has brought, such as the eye contact and blurring background and auto framing features. That is now part of Windows Studio Effects. But that's all of the Windows and development news. The only other thing that's coming in the future is Wi-Fi 7. Qualcomm just released this article about Wi-Fi 7. You'll be able to recognize it in your adapter settings by 802.11be. It notes that you have wider channel bandwidth, advanced modulation, adaptive connections, which form a wider band canal around the interface. The multi-link channel, it will create two 160 megahertz channels, which combine into a 320 megahertz channel. So essentially double that of Wi-Fi 6. As well as high packet density of 4K quadrature, I cannot say this word. QAM is the acronym. Increasing the throughput by 2.4 times compared to Wi-Fi 6 and 6E. So you can read this article from the Qualcomm ONQ blog. I believe the next devices with Wi-Fi 7 comes out only next year. And Wi-Fi 8 definitely going to come sooner than later. That's all the latest development news this week. There has been a lot that has happened. And I'm pretty sure future videos won't be as long as this. But I thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.